going, everybody? Level and Diecast, yes. Welcome to the channel today. Hot off the truck, hot off the truck. This is Matchbox Moving Parts Mix number 6, 2025. This is the F case. So brand spanking new mix right here. Very excited for this case. This case has the potential, huge potential to be a very, very good case. We will talk about that as we unbox this case. So let's just go ahead and get into it and get it chopped out. Now, before I get going, just want to point out J-Car is the spot. Always buy my cases from J-Car. Do appreciate all the business from him. I'm just a regular guy. I buy it just like everybody else. But I'm very, very excited to bring this one to the mix. So we're going to go ahead and just start from the top. We do have ourselves 1970 Range Rover. 1970 Range Rover. This is number 19 of 50. This one also comes in left and right-hand drive. This one is right-hand drive. So we do have right-hand drive right there. Next one up right here is another one. This one is left-hand drive, so perfect. We get both left and right-hand drive combinations in the very same case. Really, really dig when they do that. Really, really, really interesting. All right, next one up, Audi RS6 Avant. This one also has an interior variation, although you cannot see it. It is in the back, which is very disappointing. Either cargo or no cargo. This is just the second color we're getting of the Avant. This one in purple with some gold D10s. That looks pretty good, so we'll throw that one there. Next one up here, we do have a second Audi, so always good to get two of them. We will see. This one is 46 of 50, by the way. Sorry about that. So 46 of 50 on the Audi, so we'll throw that one there. Hopefully we'll get one of each variation. I really hope that we do that. It would be really, really nice. Whoa! All right, ladies and gentlemen, ba-bang, ba-boom. There we go. There we go. Oh, man. Wow. I didn't even know this was in the F case. Wow. So it's funny because one of these just popped up online, and somebody was asking $150 for one of these, which is just insanity levels of money. That is bonkers. That's bonkers. Oh, man, so good. All right, this is the third chase of the year. You see it does say 3 of 4 right there. Sorry about the glare. It does say 3 of 4, though. Matchbox Super Chase, Moving Parts Super Chase, 88 Chevy Monte Carlo LS. Very lowrider style, although the wheels are terrible. They should have used like a lace wheel. I think a lace wheel would have looked better. But nothing particularly fancy on the back, but we did get a chase. So the only reason that I had a inkling there might be a chase in this case is just because this case seemed a little lackluster. So, because the next case is really, really loaded. All right, brand spanking new casting 2024 Polestar 3 in silver. This one is number 32 of 50. So brand spanking new for 2025, brand new casting. So we'll throw that guy right there. All right, next one up. This is your 2020 BMW M4 Cabriolet. This one is number 35 of 50. I really feel like they need to print those darker. They're just really, really difficult to see the numbers. So very, very cool to see this one. I think yellow is a very, very nice color. So we'll throw that one down there in yellow. And then the last one in this particular box right here is the 1969 Triumph Spitfire. So this one was in, I believe, black the first time we saw this one. It may have even been in the collector's line, potentially. Might be the first time we're seeing this in the traditional moving parts. This one is number 47 of 50 right there on the back. Now, I can tell you exactly which model you are missing if you get a chase. And it's very, very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. So if you get a chase like I did, then you're missing out on one particular model. And that particular model is this one. Now, I did buy a couple of cases, so luckily I was able to get this model. But if you get a chase, you will lose out on the Porsche. So I think that's a fair trade, although I really would have, wish they would have got rid of either one of the Audis or the Land Rovers. That would have made more sense. But if you get a chase, there is no Porsche, no 911 Carrera 4S. So let's get these kind of turned away from here. Get our Super Chase to the side. And let's just go ahead and start with our Range Rovers. So we'll get our Range Rovers popped out. 1975 Range Rover. Utilize the exact same packaging we've seen before, nothing particularly fancy. We'll pop it out of there. There we go. The packaging out of here. There is our 75 Range Rover. Looks good. Still has all that side print on there. Looks really, really nice. Gets full prints in the back as well. Really digging that. Range Rover on the back. There's your Land Rover symbol on there as well. Details in the front. Fully printed up. Headlight prints could be a little bit bigger or maybe a little bit more black to cover that up. There's also a little bit of Range Rover print that's on the hood, which is really, really nice. And of course the hood opens. And of course there is not going to be any print underneath the hood just because we get four-sided tampo print on this model, which looks good. This happens to be, of course, the left-hand drive. Base Deets does have a gray base, which looks good. Looks good. I'm digging the blue. Maybe maybe not the most era-specific appropriate color. It should probably be a lot darker blue. But I still think that looks pretty good. And then, of course, the other one, if you want to be a completionist like myself, you will have to get both interiors. Really nice to see both of them in the same case. That might just be luck, but there is, of course, the right-hand drive. Nothing particularly fancy. It's just going to be a different interior. Even the spare tires on the same spot. You see the spare tires on the left side of the truck. So we'll put that one in there, our two Range Rovers. All right, we'll move on to our Audi, our RS6 Avon, which I think actually looks really good in purple. Really, really good in purple. Look at that. Looks fancy. So there is cargo and no cargo. I believe, if I remember correctly, maybe it's some cargo or just no cargo. I don't know. We'll look here in a minute. But there it is in purple. Has a very, very dark tinted window. Kind of get some of that flaking off of there. The purple is very, very nice. Looks good. Dark gray interior. I dig the interior. Looks good as well. I like the gold D10s on there, but it definitely makes it look a little bit on the cheaper side for some reason. Prints on the front look pretty good. It says Audi Sport. Headlights look very good. Grille looks good. Very intricate grille. They did a very good job with the prints. Prints on the back look pretty good. It says Audi Sport RS6. So we'll open up our hatch and see which particular version this one is. This one is the no cargo interior. So I'm trying to get that to hold open. So there's no cargo in the back. That's as far as the hatch wants to open. I don't want to push it any further. So unfortunately that's as far as it opens. It does have a extra piece in there for a window, which is really, really good. And then just a black base on there. Nothing particularly fancy. So this one was no interior. Let's see if we can go 2 for 2 in the case. I always love seeing if I can go 2 for 2 in the case. I don't know if I've ever gone completely like perfect in a case. That's happened before with one model. But I don't know if we've ever had 2 interior variations in the same case. That might be new. That might be new. All right, so moment of truth. We'll open this up. Oh, look at that. Unfortunately, there is no cargo in there. Don't you worry, though. I do have, of course, I bought a couple of cases, so I guess we'll see how many cases we got to go through to get this. Hopefully not very many. Hopefully the count is not too crazy. So we'll get this one out of there. Our Audi. Can we go for it? There we go. All right, there is the other interior. Little bit of baggage and stuff in there. A couple of pieces of, looks like a couple shoes on the right-hand side. So other than that, it's exactly the same. So not too bad. I got 2 out of 3 to get the pair. Always like that. So we'll put our duplicate up there. Let's go BMW. Let's take our BMW right now. 2020 BMW M4 Cabrio in yellow. We have seen this in blue, in white, in red. Now we get to see it in yellow. This is not as bright of a yellow. A little bit more down-to-earth yellow. Kind of more of a Tweety Bird yellow. So the prints on the kidneys are not that great for the grille, but the headlights look really good. The BMW symbol looks pretty decent. It's very small, very, very small. Details on the side uses the 5 spokes. No prints on the side. We do get full prints in the back, and it says BRAP. You know, I doubt that this thing is modified like that, but we'll take it. We'll take the BRAP on the plate. So maybe he's got a nice exhaust system on there. Opening doors on this particular one. Door panel details on the inside is pretty decent. So trying to get that to focus a little bit. I'm sorry about that. There we go. It's good. It's good. Just another one to add to the stable. Just another Beamer. My Beamer. All right. The model that you get if you don't get a chase, it's kind of like the good consolation prize. Like, you find a Porsche, you get bummed out, you don't have a chase, but I think it's going to be worth it. I think it's going to be worth it. This one is 25 of 50, in case I didn't point that out. Number 25 of 50 for the 911 Carrera 4S, which is probably the best this has ever looked, unless you get it in premium deco, which I think we are going to get one of these in premium either this year or next year. But this looks really good. This yellow is very, very good. I will tell you, it is a little disappointing that the yellow for the door is darker than the rest of the car. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Very unfortunate. Details on this side, again, the yellow is a little bit thick on the door print. You can see a little bit of orange around the edges. It's just too thick paint. They just put too much paint around the doors. So unfortunately, I don't have a huge cache of these because, of course, if you get a chase, you don't get this one. Details in the back look pretty good. Nothing particularly fancy. This casting's not new, but of course, it's got the opening doors. The opening doors work very, very, very well. I do like the headlight prints. They are very realistic, not what that junk that Hot Wheels has been doing lately, where they print on a picture, which is driving me absolutely berserk. And then there is the base deets. Pretty straightforward. 2 yellow cars in that mix, not too shabby. All right, 1969 Triumph Spitfire. Definitely not a car for everybody. I particularly like this car. And as a Matchbox, the real car can, the real car can go away. But as a Matchbox, I really do like this one. I think it was a very cool idea for them to do. This one has a interesting, let's see if I get the, so the hood opens very, very weird. There we go. So just getting rid of that gap that's on there. So that is actually embossed. That little logo you see on the side. That is for, actually I think that's for like the strap to hold down the hood, I think, on the real car. Left-hand drive, this one, to my knowledge, does not have an interior variation to it. It says Triumph on the back, which looks really, really good. It says Spitfire. The prints look really good on this one. They look really good. This model has additional pieces on it. You'll see the chrome bumper bits. So this piece in the front is actually metal. So this bumper you see right here is metal. And then this one in the back is plastic, I do believe. But you can tell that this model actually has extra pieces to it, which is very uncommon. Triumph on there does have the headlights done up. Looks good. And then, of course, it does have an opening feature, which works a little bit cumbersomely. But you see down in there, the engine is actually die-cast. So the engine's die-cast, and that's for, of course, the rivet spot. Very interesting that they made this die-cast. They probably made that die-cast because it's a moving feature part. That's the hinge. So maybe they wanted to keep the plastic away from the hinge. But again, they don't open all that far. This is as far as it opens. Unfortunately, very, very disappointing. But I mean, it's not horribly bad. You got to kind of push the hood back to get that gap to kind of go away. So there's your base deeds. Has a matching green base. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. So we'll put that guy right there. Or Triumph. All right, brand spanking new casting for 2024 Polestar 3. Yes, Polestar 3, all electric, still making the electric cars. Matchbox still pumping them out. Mattel's still pumping them out. So it's Hot Wheels, unfortunately. But I think this one might be pretty good. And it might not just be just because it's silver, because I really like silver. There is the deets on the side. Uses the 5 spokes. Looks pretty good. The side profile is not too shabby. There's some print on there. Very, very difficult to read that. It does say Polestar 3, and I'm not sure if it says something underneath Polestar 3, but details on the front. Has some very interesting headlights on there. There's a little bit of print for the grill area, too. I think they did an okay job with that. Details on the back. Just a big light bar with, of course, the Polestar logo right there in the middle. It's unfortunate that we couldn't have got something cool, like maybe an opening hatch on this one. Just kind of based on how the model is built. This is 1536. That's your man number. 1536 for your man number. Then, of course, opening doors. So we'll get the doors open. The steering wheel is interesting. It's kind of hard to get the glare to cooperate, but the steering wheel basically goes to the floor, which is weird. So kind of see that in there. It's very, very interesting why they designed it that way. Other than that, it's okay. The door panels have some decent detail to them, which is always good. So close those up. it's all right. It's all right. You know, when I first got the package, I thought it was going to be a lot better, and it's okay. It's just okay. So we'll put that down there. I'm happy to add more Volvo, even though it's not actually a Volvo, but it's a Volvo. All right, the time has come. Yes, of course we're cracking open the Super Chase. Of course we are. 1988 Chevy Monte Carlo LS, completely catching people just completely by storm. I thought for sure that if there was a chase, it was probably going to be the next case, but it's actually this case. Very, very exciting. So we'll just go ahead and get this chase cracked out. Really, really stoked about this. Of course, with the rubber tires, it's always interesting to get out of these pieces here. Oh man, usually I'll just break it. Easier that way than trying to fight with the rubber tires. There we go. Get that out of here. Because we're not keeping the packaging, we would never do such craziness. All right, there is our 88 Monte Carlo. There it does say Super Chase in the back, SC Monte Carlo for Super Chase. Details in the back, you do have Super Chase on the plate. Taillights done up. Looks very, very good. Does have a chrome base on there, which is always nice. Very nice and shiny. Very nice and shiny and chrome. A little bit of silver print on the bottom. And then there is the full prints for the front. I'm digging it. Looks good. Looks really good. And then, of course, the striping and stuff that makes it lowrider style. All this printing on the top is very high quality inkjet printing. This is not pad printing. It's very high quality print. Looks excellent. It looks really, really good. Orange interior on this one as well. Does have opening doors as you'd expect. This model does not have any suspension because Matchbox doesn't do suspension anymore, but at least that steering wheel looks a little bit more normal. And the door panels have very little detail on the inside, but very, very cool. Really, really excited. I can't believe I got a Super Chase. Been a while since I pulled a Matchbox Super Chase from anything. Since, of course, the 4Runners earlier this year. And but before that, it was like the Ford GT of Case A of 2024. So it's just been too long. Too long. So very exciting for that. We'll throw that guy right up there. There is mix number 6, FK's 2025. Yes, Super Chase. Really, really stoked I got that Super Chase. Let me know what you think about that mix. That's a pretty good mix. Pretty good mix. And I think it's got a pretty good flavor for a lot of people. So, again, Porsche, Chase. Porsche, Chase. Disappointing. But anyways, we're going to roll out. Catch you next time on Level M. Peace.